Om Yogis, welcome to a practice today with the Phoenix, inspired by the Phoenix. Let's begin seated. Find a comfortable seat. And we're just going to start to circulate warm energy in the body. So take your awareness to your tailbone, to your coccyx. And as you inhale, visualize and sense warmth moving from here up the back, over the head into the third eye. As you inhale, As you exhale, let the warm air and energy move along the front of the body, underneath you and back to the base of the spine. So we're inhaling from the base of the spine, up the back, over the head into the third eye. And we're exhaling down the front of the body, back to the base of the spine, and inhaling up the back. So it's like we're circling the breath as we inhale along the back of the spine and up the back body to the third eye, and as we exhale along the front of the body, underneath us and back to the base of the spine. Circulating breath here, big breath circles, circulating warmth and life force, or life-filled force. Inhaling up the back to the third eye. Exhaling along the front of the body, underneath you and back to the base of the tailbone. Keep circulating your breath in this way. And just the concentration that it takes to stay with this should start to heat you up a little bit, warm you up. Let's do one more round, one more circle. Beautiful, then just come back to stillness and just with your eyes closed, just start to roll your shoulders. Roll the shoulders one way. And then roll the shoulders the other way. Making circles now with the shoulders. When you're ready, let's come to stillness and start Ujjayi breath. So to do this breath, we're closing off the back of the throat, enough so we can hear it. For some people, when you're learning this breath, it's nice to put your hand in front of you and imagine you're trying to steam up some glass with your breath, and your hand is the glass, so it's like you're breathing out onto your hand. And you can do this a few times and then just close your mouth and do the same thing. And you'll feel that tension in the back of the throat. Keep the tension on. And inhale here. This Ujjayi breath helps to extend breath so that we can move with it in the practice of yoga, but it's also naturally very heating. And it is said that when we work with Phoenix energy, we are able to absorb frequencies of the grand central sun or the center of the galaxy. So we want to feel some heat during this practice. We want to generate some heat and connect in this way. And if you feel heat during the practice, working with a phoenix, this might explain why. Beautiful. Let's come to cat-cow when you're ready. And you can stay with that Ujjayi breath, closing off the back of the throat. As you inhale, opening your heart, and as you exhale, rounding your back. And you can begin to breathe a breath of fire here if you like to. So you're taking, as you exhale, short, sharp exhale into the belly. And then inhale, open up. Exhale into the belly. If that feels good for your body. If you prefer to stay Ujjayi breath, cat-cowing here, just carry on your own. The breath of fire will just heat things up a little bit here too. Gorgeous. When you're ready, come back to center and push back, downward facing dog, stretch it all out. And now narrow the stance of your dog a little bit, so bring your feet a little bit more towards your hands so that you can take one hand to the opposite outer calf muscle. So you're in a dog twist here, and you can use that hand to pull yourself deeper into the twist whilst pushing your feet and your supporting hand firmly into the floor. Breathing here. And then when you're ready, come back to center and just do the same twist to the other side. As you exhale, go a little deeper into the twist, squeeze into your belly. And as you inhale, come back to center. Walk your hands to the feet at the top of your mat. And let's inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fold on in. Inhale, rise to stand. So the tailbone is heavy, the heart is buoyant, and you look towards the thumbs. And as you exhale, come straight back into that fold. Bend the knees if you need to. Inhale, halfway rise, lifting the heart. And exhale, fold a little deeper. Inhale, rise to stand, heavy through the tailbone. Exhale, fold on in. Bend the knees if you need to. Inhale, come up halfway. And exhale, let's come back to plank. Take an inhale in plank. And now exhale, downward facing dog, stretch it all out. Narrow your dog a little bit, so bring your hands and feet a little closer together so you can grab the outer edge of your calf with your opposite hand for another of those down dog twists. As you exhale, pull the arm against the leg so you can get a little deeper into the belly. When you're ready, come back to center and swap it over. Twisting the other way. Gorgeous. And when you're ready, come back to downward facing dog. Stretch it all out. The central sun is said to be a place where spirit enters into the universe and starts to solidify into matter. We can absorb the frequencies of this sun beyond the sun, and as you do, you might become more aware of yourself as a spiritual being, draped in matter, in a physical world. Spirit in the material world. This is the magic of the phoenix. Beautiful. Let's walk the hands to the feet. Inhale halfway. And exhale, fold on in. Inhale, come to stand. Let's take a moment here. Find your feet. Feel the earth underneath you. Beautiful. Let's exhale, fold on in. And now walk your hands forward, downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, let's come into plank position. And then push back, downward facing dog. Now from downward facing dog, come down onto your knees and your hands and take another round of cat-cow. Find a rhythm, inhaling, opening your heart, igniting your spine, exhaling, rounding the back, looking in. And you might want to come into that breath of fire. So short, sharp exhale as you breathe out, and round the back. Or you might want to just breathe, Ujjayi breath, closing off the back of the throat. We practice with the phoenix, absorbing the sun beyond the sun, so absorbing energy really from the center of the universe, becoming aware that we are spirits in a material world. And you can feel maybe in this pose some of the matter, or whatever is the matter, falling off you now, coming away from you. Beautiful. Let's come to stillness. Thread your left arm under your right and drop to your left cheek. Create a little kickstand with your legs by shifting your left foot over to the right, and now extend your right leg towards your left hand so you can twist and open here. Breathing deep. Beautiful. Come back to center. Let's do that to the other side. So you're threading your right arm under, dropping to your right cheek, creating the kickstand with your right foot, extending your left leg towards your right hand and opening here. As we practice with the Phoenix, we're absorbing the sun beyond the sun, becoming aware that we are spirits in this material world. As you practice, see if you can feel some of whatever is the matter falling away from you, falling off you now. Gorgeous. Come back to center when you're ready. And then push back, downward facing dog. And in downward facing dog, let's come back to that central heating system that is the Ujjayi breath. Perhaps you can run your breath up your back as you breathe in, over your head to your third eye. And as you breathe out along the front of the body, over your belly, underneath you and back to your tailbone. Circling the breath, looping the breath as you hold your downward facing dog. Gorgeous. From downward facing dog, let's shift back to plank. And then drop down, knees, chest, chin to the ground. And then come into locust pose. So we're lifting the chest with no hands, pushing down through the tailbone to lift the chest. And then press back, downward facing dog. Looping the breath up the back as you inhale to the third eye center, and as you exhale along the front of the body, engaging the belly underneath you and back to the tailbone, closing off the back of the throat. Ujjayi breath, your own personal central heating system. Super beautiful. So from downward facing dog, let's drop your left knee to the floor and bring your right foot forward. So you're just coming into a lunge here. Dropping your hips, lift your heart. Just take a few breaths, a few warming breaths into your heart center, warming your heart. Beautiful. Now bring your left hand down to the ground and extend your right arm up. So you're twisting towards your bent leg. Breathing here. Then pressing back to downward facing dog. Now we're going to drop the right knee to the floor. Bring your left foot forward, into that lunge position, sending the breath into your heart as you lower through the hips. Warming, heating Ujjayi breath here. Your right arm can come to the floor and your left arm can extend towards the ceiling. You're twisting towards the bent leg. And when you're ready, come back, downward facing dog. In downward facing dog, feeling the material world of earth underneath your hands and your feet. Allow your consciousness to fall into the density of your hands and your feet as they press firmly into the floor. And from here, let the rest of the body get light and begin to rise up. So within your physical body, you're telling the story of the phoenix that rises through the ashes. There's always a fall and a rise. There's always a falling energy and a rising energy in the body at any one time. See if you can feel that here. And now shift forward to plank. Dropping down, knees, chest, chin as you exhale. Come into locust pose, so the tailbone heavies, so the heart can lift. Maybe the feet lift. And then press back, downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, let's come to the top of the mat. Inhaling here and fold as you exhale. Let's inhale, come to stand. And exhale, fold on in. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, back to plank. Inhale, in plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, you can come into cobra now. Use your hands if you like, if your back is warm enough. And exhale, downward facing dog. Falling into the weight of the hands and the feet through the arms and the legs. And from this falling into density, extend and lengthen. See inside of yourself that whatever falls, we can rise from. Explore this in the pose. As the hands push in, the thighs push away. You're gathering phoenix energy, the energy of the sun beyond the sun, through the legs, pulling energy into the sit bones, allowing them to widen and brighten. Beautiful. Step your left foot forward, come up into a high lunge here. And now come back into downward facing dog. Shift forward into plank. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga brings you to the ground. Cobra, up dog, locust gives you that little back bend. And press back, downward facing dog. Gathering energy. Phoenix energy is the energy of the sun beyond the sun, the center of the universe. Gather this energy through the conduit of your arms, brightening up the back space of your heart. Now push through your hands and your feet to create an even distribution of weight so that energy can flow. You're setting a spiritual fire inside of yourself with this practice. Setting a spiritual fire. Beautiful. Step your right foot forward and now rise up, high lunge. Beautiful. When you're ready, come back, downward facing dog. Shift forward into plank. As you exhale, lower to the ground in whatever way works. And as you inhale, take your back bend, whatever you've chosen, and pushing back, downward facing dog. Come into that circular breathing again, inhaling up the back, all the way over the head to the third eye, exhaling down the front of the body, feeling Uddiyana Bandha or your belly turning on as you breathe out, and back underneath you to your tailbone. Loop the breath around your body as you breathe. Push firmly into the hands and feet. Stoke that spiritual fire. Beautiful. Let's bring the left foot forward, coming into Warrior One. We're going to anchor the outer edge of your right foot down and square off both of your hips to the front of your mat, reaching your arms skyward. Look to your thumbs and inhale deeply. And a long exhale brings you back to Chaturanga, all the way to the mat. Let's inhale, up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Bringing your right foot forward, coming into Warrior One on the other side, so we anchor the outer back foot down. Shift your hips forward so they face the front. Lift your arms, drop your hips, and gaze to your thumbs, breathing here. Your next exhale is a long one. It's got to get you all the way down to the floor through Chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. And a deep inhale gives you that back bend, opening up. Exhale, downward facing dog. The central sun is said to be the place where spirit enters into the universe and starts to solidify into matter. Today, with the help of the phoenix, we can absorb the frequencies of the sun beyond the sun. And as you do so, you might become more aware of yourself as a spiritual being. You're draped in matter. Might feel heavy sometimes. A spiritual being draped in matter in a physical world. Okay, let's walk the hands back to the feet. And separate your feet and come into Malasana, yogic squat, but for today we're going to stay on the toes. Bring one hand to your mat and use the same leg, so it's like the arm against the leg, to lever you open into a twist here. Stay with your Ujjayi breath, keeping the body warm. Open up. Beautiful. Let's take that twist to the other side. Breathing deep, Ujjayi breath. And come back to center. And let's sit down, taking Baddha Konasana. Soles of your feet together, knees go wide. Breathing here, Ujjayi breath. Just allow the stretch on the inner thighs. Allow the heat to penetrate the whole of the inner seam of the leg, into the heart. Allow yourself to absorb the energy of the sun beyond the sun, where spirituality enters matter. Where spirit enters matter, sorry. Beautiful. Let's come into Navasana. Breathing deep. And keeping one leg up, bring your opposite hand to the outer side of your foot. The other leg can come to the floor. So you're twisting towards your raised leg.
So through all the chaos, find the stillness within.
Breathing here.
And defend yourself from the weapons of mass destruction. You see, you do not have a spirit. You are a spirit with a body attached for a time.
Awesome. Let's come back to Navasana.
For a time.
Just for a time.
Only for a time.
Only for a time. You heard the man. Gorgeous. Let's take that twist to the other side when you're ready.
No, don't get cynical. This thing is critical. To get on top, you've got to drop it metaphysical. And all those principles are psychological. Cause all that matters is non-matter and the spiritual.
Gorgeous. Let's come into Baddha Konasana. Breathing here. Take it into a fold if you like. Just allow the energy to penetrate through your third eye, along the body through the heart and the inseam of the legs. Close your eyes. Absorb what's coming into you. We practice with the phoenix, absorbing the sun beyond the sun, becoming aware that we are spirits in the material world. In this pose, see if you can feel some of whatever is the matter falling off and falling away from you.
There are no kings and queens, no one controls the scene. No one is asking where you're from or where your body's been. There are no tragedies, no nationalities. There's no calamities and nobody has allergies.
Beautiful. Let's circulate the central heating system of your body from your tailbone as you inhale up to your eyebrow center, down the front underneath you to your tailbone as you exhale. Inhaling behind you, up and over. Exhaling in front of you, underneath you.
Get metaphysical, for we are spiritual.
Beautiful. Okay, lovelies. Let's come into Sukhasana. If you haven't done so already. Bring your fingers to your clavicles, elbows go up and wide. And then it's inhale to the left, exhale to the right. Just twisting through the upper body now. Inhaling left and exhaling right. If you want to do breath of fire here, you can do it. That's a short, sharp breath into the belly as you exhale right. So it sounds a bit like this. But just find your own rhythm here. Keep going. Gorgeous. When you're ready, let's come back to center. We're going to bring your arms now from the side plane to a forward plane. So let the elbows fall down. Your elbows are bent and into your ribs. We're going to inhale here. And as you exhale, bring your palms forward and forcibly pa out the breath. Pa, 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 pa. Do this with the rhythm to your own breathing. So you're inhaling, bringing your hands to your shoulders. Exhale, push the breath away. Pa, 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 pa. Go as slowly or as quickly as you like. Imagine that you're gathering energy from the sun beyond the sun through the conduit of your arms. And as you breathe out, you're brightening the back of your heart. You're pushing through your hands so energy can flow. The energy of the spiritual fire that you have set inside yourself today. Beautiful. Coming back to stillness when you're ready. Let's come forward to plank. And from plank position, drop onto your left knee. And swing your other foot off of the mat to create a side plank. And extend your whole side body on a long diagonal so your top arm reaches up over your ear and into infinity. Breathe in here. And as you exhale, pull the elbow to the knee. Inhale to extend and exhale to curl. Let's just do a few rounds of this in your own rhythm. If it's too much to keep the foot off the floor, you can always bring it to the floor as you extend and inhale. Beautiful. Now bend your knee, the knee of your floating leg. Grab the foot with your spare hand, the top hand, and turn this into a flying half bow. So use the hand against the foot to open the heart and send your heart out now into infinity. Let yourself fly. Any old limitations are released with Phoenix magic. Breathing deep. Lovely. And then come out of that. Press back, downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, let's shift forward to plank. Drop onto your right knee now, swinging the other foot off of the mat to create your side plank, extending your side body long on that long diagonal. Inhale here, and then pull the elbow to the knee. Inhale as you extend, and exhale as you curl in. Now the music has stopped, you need to move to the rhythm of your own breath. Not for long though, here we go. Ujjayi breath, very heating breath. Beautiful. Now grab your floating leg with your spare hand and use the hand against the leg to open the front body for a flying half bow, sending your heart out into infinity, opening up to the potential as your spirit comes into matter, into your body. Super, super beautiful. Take another breath here. And then when you're ready, press back, downward facing dog. Come forward to plank, holding plank. And then lower to the mat, knees, chest, chin, chaturanga. Bend your knees, grab your ankles or your feet, and you can take a full bow here as you inhale, open up. Take a few breaths here. Open up to your own potential. Light a fire in your heart. Then release your bow and push back, downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, let's come to the top of the mat. Inhale here and exhale as you fold on in. And let's inhale, rise on up. Coming to stand, keeping a sense of humor. Let's bring your left knee up for tree pose here. And then from your tree pose, keep your knee raised, bring it forward, and send the leg back, warrior free. Hover, like a phoenix rising from the ashes, and then the hands come to the floor, standing splits. Stretch. Beautiful. Let's release this pose and come into a forward fold. Inhaling halfway. Now exhale back to plank. From plank we lower to the mat in whatever way works. And then we inhale, take a cobra, upward dog, whatever you want. Exhale, downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, bring your left foot forward, warrior two. Make sure your left knee isn't falling in. Keep it open, keep the thighs open. Keep a fire on the inseam of your leg. Strong in your back leg. Your shoulders drop into your back as your heart widens and you soar. Gathering energy from the sun beyond the sun through the conduit of your arms, brightening the back of your heart. Push your hands away from one another. Push into your feet to create this even distribution of weight so your energy can flow. There's a spiritual fire burning inside yourself now. Fire, yeah, fire. Let's bring it back to downward facing dog. Gorgeous. Your right foot is coming forward now, warrior two. And again, make sure the right knee isn't falling in. Keep a fire burning in the inseam of your right leg. Keep the left leg strong. Your shoulders drop into your back. Your arms separate, your heart widens. Ujjayi breath keeps you going, closing off back of the throat. Strong and hot with the breath. Beautiful. Meet me in downward facing dog. In downward facing dog, fall into the weight in your hands and your feet. Fall into density. And from the falling experience in the hands and the feet, extend and lengthen. Know that whatever falls, we rise from. This is Phoenix magic, death for rebirth. And you can explore this in this pose as the hands push in, the thighs light up. You're gathering Phoenix energy from the sun beyond the sun through your legs, pulling energy up into your sit bones, allowing them to widen and to brighten. Beautiful. Let's come to the front of the mat on your next inhale. Exhale, fold on in. Inhale, rise on up to stand. Prepare yourself. Smile. We're bringing the right knee up for tree on the other side. Now keeping that knee lifted, bring it forward, square it off to the front of the body, and then take it back, hover the back leg for warrior three. Hands come to the floor when you're ready, standing splits. Breathing deep, Ujjayi breath. From here, come into a forward fold, whatever way works. And then bring yourself back into downward facing dog from here. Stretch it all out. We're going to bring the left foot forward and we're going to turn the hands to the right side of the long side of your mat. So we're walking ourselves into a wide-legged forward fold here, centering. Now let the weight of your body fall forward. And notice how the falling sensations in the torso create stretch and lift through the backs of your legs. Falling to rise is Phoenix magic. Breathing here. Feel the outer edges of your legs light up in this pose. The spine relaxes forwards, the backs of the legs stretch and lift. Push into the outside edges of your feet. Your legs are strong and open. Breathing deep. Gorgeous. Let's bring your heels in and your toes out. Bend your knees and rise up, goddess pose. This pose really creates heat. Lifting the arms, steeple your arms, sink down through your hips. Let your legs catch fire. Turn your tailbone in. Let your heart float. Breathe. Breathe. Keep breathing. And then when you're ready, straighten your legs, straighten your arms. Come up 5-pointed star. Straighten your body. And open your body here. Breathing deep. Close your eyes and feel yourself alight. You are the sun beyond the sun. Fully connected, fully charged, fully open. You are the phoenix. Okay, let's set ourselves up for triangle. Towards the front of your mat. So just turn and let your, whatever leg is nearest the front of your mat. I'm sorry, I've lost track. Let that be your leading leg for triangle pose. Let your heels line up together. Turn your back foot in on that 45-degree angle. Really anchor through the outside edge of your back foot. And just come into your triangle today, and it doesn't need to be all the way to the floor, just stretching, nice big side stretch here. Feeling the stability of strong, grounded legs. So work on your legs first. Get your legs right first. Lift your quads away from your bones. Lift all of the muscles of your legs actually away from your bones and push your legs towards the earth. Because as you press the legs down, there is a lifting quality as the muscles move away from the bones. Generating a greater awareness of your feet as they balance you beautifully here. And it's like your lower body, so below your waist, is all falling towards the ground. So your upper body, your torso, your heart, your arms can lighten and open. Allow your heart to hover here. See if you can let it hover like a phoenix within the fire of this pose. From triangle, we're going to come into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon balance. You're just lifting the back leg off the ground, coming forward on that long diagonal. Bend your supporting leg a little bit, it helps to anchor you in. Try to align your head, your chest, and the heel of your raised leg. See if you can open your body through the strength in your supporting leg. Gorgeous. And if you want to add on, you might not want to, you can try to grab the top foot with your free hand. Coming into Chapasana, there's another flying bow. Opening the body through the lever of the arm against the foot. Breathing deep. And then squaring off to the front of your mat. And bringing yourself back to downward facing dog. Now from downward facing dog, your right foot comes forward and you're going to turn the hands to I think it would be the other side of your mat, I hope. So you're walking into a wide-legged fold the other way round to last time. So your right foot comes forward. I believe you're facing the left long edge of your mat this time. Now ground, get very heavy through your legs. Your torso, your neck and your arms all fall towards the ground as you feel the backs of your legs ignite and come alive. Breathe deep. Relax the hinge of your jaw. Release any tension in your face. Bringing your heels in and your toes out. Bend your knees, rise your body up, goddess pose. So everything below the waist starts to fall, so we can lift and lighten everything above the waistline. Allow heat to build in the body. Match that heat with your Ujjayi breath. And then open up. Stretch your legs, stretch your arms, 5-pointed star. Feel yourself connecting to the sun beyond the sun, Phoenix magic, warm and open. And now let's set up for triangle, moving towards the front of your mat, so you should be on the other side. Work with your legs first. Work with your legs first. Feel the stability of strong, grounded legs. Let them push towards the earth, so push your legs into the ground. And as you press the legs down, there is a lifting quality as the muscles move away from the bones. You're generating an awareness of your feet as they balance you here. Your lower body is falling towards the ground, so your upper body can lighten and open. Allow your heart to hover. Let it soar like the phoenix within the fire of your practice. Breathe deep. Meet the heat of the pose with the fire in your breath. Ujjayi breath. And then take this into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon balance. Your back leg lifts. Open up the entire body if you can. And if you want to add on, you can grab the top foot with your free hand for Chapasana. Use your hand against your foot to lever your heart open. Breathe here, feel the fire. Sit within the spiritual fire of your practice. And then square off towards the top of your mat and meet me in downward facing dog. It is said that when we work with Phoenix energy, we are able to absorb frequencies of the grand central sun, or the center of our galaxy. So if you feel any extra heat during this practice, it might not just be the poses. It could be a little bit of Phoenix magic coming into you, the sun beyond the sun. Breathe deep. Super beautiful. Okay, walk the hands back to the feet and come to kneeling, my lovelies. You can just sit to your heels, or you can sit to a block, or if you're supple enough, if your knees will allow it, you can roll your calves open and sit between your legs, letting your legs fall heavily towards the floor, however it is that you sit, so that all the energy you've generated in your pelvis can start to spill over the legs like water. Take a moment or two here, just relaxing. I mean, the falling feeling in the legs is relaxing, especially after all of that movement. And the relaxation in the body aids circulation. So as you relax here, you're allowing your energy to move. Gorgeous. Let's come back to normal kneeling, so sitting to your feet, your heels, and just sit now to your left hip. Bring your right leg over your left for half spinal twist here, twisting towards the bent leg. Let the weight of the legs fall so the energy can circulate. Beautiful. Let's come back to center. Sit up onto your heels again and then drop to your your right hip. And bring your left leg over right, twisting towards the bent knee. Coming back to center when you're ready. The left leg is going to extend towards the top of your mat. Your right knee bends with the sole of the foot on the ground. Bring your right hand back behind you and twist here. Now extend your left arm up and ahead. Your thumb and forefinger are touching for a seated dancer twist. Breathing deep, letting the legs heavy so the energy can circulate. Coming back to center when you're ready, and we'll just swap that over so the right leg extends, left knee bends, left hand comes behind you. We're twisting, then extending the right arm up and ahead and looking to the thumb and forefinger that are touching ahead of you. Breathing deep. Coming back to center when you're ready, let's take Janu Sirsasana A. So just bring one leg into your thigh and fold gently forward. Sending your heart towards your toes. Inhale here. Exhale, come on out. Swap the legs. Inhale, lift and raise the heart. And exhale, fold on the other side. Taking a few Moments in the legs, allow the ashes to settle in the legs as every exhalation drops you a little deeper into yourself. Let's inhale here. Exhale, slowly come on out. And we're going to hug the left knee in towards your forehead now. So see if you can bring the knee and the forehead as close together as possible. Breathe in and just hold the breath here. And now as you exhale, you're going to hiss the breath out through the mouth. Let's do that on the other side. So hug the other knee in, forehead to knee, holding the breath. You'll go at your own pace here. Exhale, hiss the breath out. You're closing off the back of the throat for this breath. Keep swapping sides, keep going on your own. We're closing off the back of the throat for this breath, called a Fiendus breath, the Fiendus. Just move it one side to the other. And use this breath to release any lingering, anything that's lingering that feels like the dense, heavy material stuff of ordinary life. The stuff of matter can matter a lot. It can matter too much. And it can weigh heavy on the spirit. So use this breath to release the stuff of matter, the things that matter a little too much and that weigh heavy on the spirit. And you're coming back to your spiritual center, coming back to the central sun in the universe, the sun beyond the sun. Through this practice with the phoenix, let's come to Navasana now. Holding Navasana for a few breaths. And then slowly bring that Navasana to the ground. Slowly, slowly. Use your stomach muscles. And we're just going to take a hamstring stretch. So just take one of your legs up. Grab your toe, your big toe with your first two fingers. Or if you can't reach, just hold your calf or your thigh just to stretch out the backs of the legs. Again, allow that pattern of falling through the torso to bring more stretch through the legs. And as you fall through the torso, let the arms follow that falling pattern. Breathing deep here. And then let's do that on the other side. Releasing that when you're ready. Plant your feet on your mat. Bend your knees. Feet should be hip width apart or maybe a little wider. Toes turn in. Lift your hips and press up for bridge pose. So through this practice today, we are opening ourselves up to our spiritual selves, or coming back to life, if you like. We're building a bridge between the physical and the spiritual, and this mirrors the mythical creature that is the phoenix. This mythical creature can connect to all matter and connect that matter to the frequency of the central sun, or the source of the spirit forces in the universe, so it is said. So you're opening yourself up, building a bridge between your physical and spiritual self, thus mirroring the phoenix. Now you can play with your bridge now. You can come down, take a rest, come back up, take a different arm variation. You can press up to Urdhva Dhanurasana if you know it and you feel strong enough, or you can just dance your bridge, just let your hips come up and down to your own rhythm. Do it your way, lovely. If you're using that rhythm, breathe in as you come up and breathe out as you lower the hips. So you're taking whatever back bend feels like it gets you, closer to your spiritual selves without disrespecting the physical. Or closer to your physical self by utilizing the spiritual. You decide. Just take one more bridge in your own time, in your own way. And slowly lower to the mat. Grab a block if you've got one, and you can bring the block underneath your sacrum in bridge, and then rise your legs up for a supported shoulder stand, or supported bridge if you're enjoying that bridge between the physical and the spiritual. If you don't have a block, you can just raise your legs up and hold the backs of your legs towards the ceiling. Your central heating system is nicely turned on now. Your body is humming with the warmth of your practice and its connection to the sun beyond the sun. See if you can get a sense of that as you breathe here. Beautiful. When you're ready, come on out of whatever it is that you're doing now. Bring your feet back to the floor. If you've got your block, lift your hips to get your block out of the way. Lowering the hips down. Gently hug the knees in towards the chest. And now allow the legs to fall to the left for a supine twist. And relax deeply here. Allow the ashes of your practice to settle as each exhalation drops you deeper into yourself. And all of that fiery energy smolders now as you near the end of your physical practice. Just bring the legs to the center line of the body and let them fall to the other side, like the ashes of the phoenix. Relax, relax. When you're ready, come back to center and take happy baby here. So one more stretch out of the hips. Feel your body humming with the warmth of your practice and its connection to the sun beyond the sun. Feel your own connection now to that phoenix energy. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, let's come out of that. We're going to build a little nest for ourselves now in Shavasana. So make sure that you'll be warm enough for the next 10 minutes or so. Grab your blanket, put your socks on, do whatever it takes to be warm and comfortable. Let go. Relax. Relax. So allow yourself to get comfortable, take up enough space, let your legs and arms fall away from your body so your energy can circulate and radiate. Imagine that energy like the central heating system that is nicely turned on now. See if you can feel your body humming with the warmth and the radiance of your practice today with the Phoenix, and the connections that you have made to the sun beyond the sun. Really embrace that feeling of falling here, letting your bones heavy, towards the floor. Your body hums with the warmth and radiance of your practice, and we can hum along with it now. And the humming will aid and assist that feeling of falling within us. Humming helps us to really relax and go internal. So in your own time, when you're ready, you can start to hum at any pitch, at any pace or any volume. But let your humming be something that helps you fall into yourself, into your body. let your humming gently dissipate, open up to your spiritual self. Know that the phoenix brings through healing properties from the center of the universe that supports frequency shifts in the body so that we can feel ourselves as spirits in a material world. Spirits in a material world. Release your humming and let yourself completely relax now in Shavasana. Relax, relax, relax. Okay, lovelies, just begin to deepen the breath. Just bringing yourself back into your body, bringing your spirit back into your body. Take whatever stretch your body needs. And in your own time, just roll to one side. And just stay on your side for a moment. Ready to bring back anything that may have been useful for you today. Anything the Phoenix may have taught you today. Bring it back with you as you come to a comfortable seat. Sitting here for a moment, letting that practice settle inside of us, letting the Phoenix settle inside of us, knowing that the Phoenix brings through healing properties from the center of our universe, the sun beyond the sun, which support frequency shifts in the body. So we can feel ourselves as spirits in a material world. Bringing your hands to your heart center with so much love. Namaste.